Hey guys, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. As always, I'm DemonFire93, and last time we finished up the investigation and got ready for the trial, and today we begin the third trial, where Ibuki and Hyoko were both murdered, and we need to figure out who done it. Let's begin.
Now then, let's during the class trial, if you vote correct, I'll punish everyone beside. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already.
That should just be the beginning of every single trial.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Yeah, that's fine, Nagito, we don't care.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
So you won't be interrupting as much, so shut up, sit back, and relax.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
And that's why.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
And that's not a loss either, you know? You haven't really been inputting all that much important stuff. Last trial you said that Pekka was a ninja.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
Wow, she doesn't even argue it.
Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Sure.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
Good lord, really? Nekomaru can't participate in the arguments either. He's not here, so he shouldn't be able to even progress the trial at all.
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Yeah,
then,
fine.
Let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
I don't remember that at all.
The other five in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
Damn, Fuyuhiko is just like so like muted now instead of get out of here, you bastard. So like
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms.
Right.
We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby.
Or really the previous nights that much.
And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was
a suicide.
A video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder. Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
Ran to the music venue, because that's where he thought it was.
I tried to stop them, of course.
I'm not so sure, though. I think there's two different places where that video could have been taken from.
I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
Sure.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Yeah, sadly that was Ibuki, and I hate that.
Why the motel?
Because that's where everybody else was.
Because it was close to the music venue. And unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
And Monami.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after,
not really, I guess,
we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital.
Yeah.
And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital.
You know, counting to 3 is not that difficult, Mikan.
Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
In various what the hell kind of pleading did you? What are you talking about? Could you just have pled with him and he would be like, yeah, sure, let's go.
Various ways,
right?
Don't say it like that and confuse me.
Yeah, what'd you do? Get down? Oh, no,
After I heard from those two that
sentence.
Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag.
Duh.
So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door.
And that's when we found both bodies.
And when that happened, We didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
Which is less of a tragedy.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
I mean, yes, any life lost is a tragedy, but, you know, Hyoko, just less so.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
If any character was to be killed and us just move on with our lives, they would be Hyoko.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
Yep.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Good, now you can start confusing us.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
What? Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Since I'm the only one who saw it.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
That is true.
Lie? Why would I lie?
More importantly, why has this never come up in any other trial? Well, you found the body first, and you could have lied. I mean, I guess it was really only the last trial that we could have done that with. I mean, everybody saw the body in the first trial, but, you know, with Mahiru, why didn't we question Soda like, Soda, you were the first one to find the body. Come on now.
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
The fact that you killed them.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Okay.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Easy. It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who'll confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. No, we're not. Okay.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
Nope.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie
Aha!
means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Ah, and Nagito, you know that it's not me. Come on, dude. I'm not the killer. There should be a contradiction somewhere. You son of a bitch. You even know that I didn't see the film. I need to find that and break through. This guy's a
Hajime's
fucking
testimony
asshole.
is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime
Such an
lie?
asshole.
Well, obviously because he's the
Nagito.
killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
Nope.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. No,
Going
that's
through
wrong.
my screen.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
And you know that because here's my fucking ticket.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
God damn it, Nagito.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
And so Nagito just wanted to make a big deal of it so that I could prove my innocence?
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Cause that movie sucked, and none of us wanted to talk about it ever again. So much so that we almost forgot about it until the trial started.
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
I know, I'm an idiot.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
Oh my god, you could have done it in so many easier ways.
It also provides a good warm-up.
Shut up, Nagito.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
I mean, it is good for me to get a little bit of a warm-up. It's been a couple days since I played.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Right.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Yes, the actual arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Not really.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
No.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
Don't know.
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
I'm trying to rule it as a murder-suicide, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is.
We can't punish Ibuki for killing Hiyoko because she already killed herself, but that's not where the killing lies.
The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Oh, god damn it, that's not when it was
Then
happening.
let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music video?
10 minutes at most.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
And that's impossible for somebody to kill in that short a time and then set up Hiyoko in that way and set up the music venue to not be able to be opened.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
Exactly.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
But they couldn't have made it a closed room in 10 minutes.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Yeah.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
So the killer was clearly Ibuki. She blocked the door and then killed herself. Sonia, I left after. I was able to get in the first time, and after I left, when Ibuki was dead, is when it became a closed room. Well, clearly she was faking it then. I don't think so, Sonia.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
Don't think so.
They were?
We would have noticed.
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
As well as Akane and Nagito. Even though they have the despair disease, they could have killed somebody.
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
We also ran into Gundam.
Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that.
Meaning we all have alibis.
And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
I mean, I guess we're basically able to rule out Nagito, but we can't rule out Akane.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Yeah, but he's not even at this trial, so we don't have to worry about him.
Me too!
What?
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Is Monokuma possessed by Nekomaru somehow?
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
Is Nekomaru controlling Monokuma somehow? Is he the traitor? Hold on, Fuyuhiko. I don't give a shit about the trial anymore. I'm now focused on this thing. Did Nekomaru just slip up? Me too? From Monokuma? Well, it's not possible, but you know.
What
let's
a
move on.
freaking way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Nope. Make your argument. Semi-transparent glob, I guess, maybe? What's the scrap of thick paper? Hold on.
The killer...
What is the scrap of thick paper? Oh! Stuck to the baton lighting. Okay. Oh, I muted it somehow.
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Right.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
No.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Really? Is this not gonna give me a... That person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Fuck off!
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door?
Unless
That door should not have had a lock.
With the drumstick.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer waited till we got and suddenly appeared.
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music by locking the door from the inside.
Stop it!
No, that's wrong!
Wait a second. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
Glue!
There's a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was... probably...
I see!
glue.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
I had it in my mouth and I ate paste as a kid.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
That's disgusting.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I should know. I used to eat glue when I was a kid.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
And how'd the drumstick get there? And I guess that was just a red herring, obviously, but...
If you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
Oh, they broke the drumstick
It was so obvious
ahead of time?
that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Oh, okay.
Are you
Very
saying
clever.
the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
I thought that the drumstick... I thought it was something where, like... It was something where the... Whatever the glue started out as, because apparently it may not have been liquid at first. Maybe it was maybe it was actually solid. Because the temperature was so hot, I thought that it melted into the door frame. Thus, like, if it was like a solid object, it had the drumstick on top of it, and then once it melted away, the drumstick would fall into place. But I guess that makes sense too.
Then
Much more sense actually than mine.
I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Don't worry about it, Fuyuhiko.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Sure.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
Nope.
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Kind of.
Even quick work has limits.
Exactly.
Oh, What unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Okay.
They couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue. They must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right?
Right.
But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier.
It's a thought that I had earlier, but where was her body stored then?
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
Oh.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. Oh, my logic diving? Hangman's gambiting. Okay, fine. Alright, what? Okay, I think I got it. Yep, that's gonna fit. Wow, that's a lot of R's there, guys. Really, guys? Do we need all these R's? Can I get some actual vowels here? Would really like an A, thank you. Oh, hold on. Oh god. Oh god, everything's gonna collide! Everything's gonna collide! Damn it! P-A... P-E-R...
I got it!
It was the wallpaper.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
I think I missed something there. I know that Gundam said to look up to the heavens, and I didn't really listen to him, and so I think I missed a piece.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
Yeah, where did we find that scrap?
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
Where'd we get that scrap, though?
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
Mm-hmm. Which was wrapped around the pillar. I mean, the baton lighting's on the pillar.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
So what we're saying is that the pillar was...
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Hyoko was strapped to the pillar, and then the wallpaper was wrapped around the baton lighting, making the pillar look bigger.
But if you
And she was
guys were
hidden underneath it?
exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Yeah. That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Logic dive? Alright, let's give this a try. Oh, sounds like a logic dive. I like these. Go! Uh-oh. I actually had the jump for once. Good thing I remembered what the button was for it. Oh god! Nice try. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Oh god, we're going so fast! Oh. Making this pretty little narrow for me, huh? I don't really like that. Question 2. What did the killer use to hide the body? The wallpaper! I kept the control key down. That ran out way too quickly. Honestly. Okay, I'm concentrating really hard here. Oh god! Oh god! God damn it! Skirting on the edge there. Question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They formed a wall. Wait, no. No. Ah, they covered the pillar. Come on. Okay, do you need to give me that much of a run-up on it now? Jeez. Ta-da! I did alright with that one. Not as good as I did the first time. Yeah.
It's all coming together!
Yeah! So they wrapped the pillar.
Got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
Yep.
They hid the pillar?
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
But I'm just stupid enough to not have seen the difference in the size between the two pillars.
So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
I mean, the pillar does look smaller on the left side than it does on the right side.
However,
but
because
now
it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
But now the one on the right side looks smaller than the one on the left side. Is there a body hidden on the left side too?
That's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
Isn't that right, Hand?
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
Guys, we need to smack Nagito. He's talking to his head again.
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Yeah.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
Right.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
Good job. We
And
first
because
finding
of
it.
that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
How'd we get to that, by the way?
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
Yeah, because both bodies are already dead.
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
And then create the closed room.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
She was killed first.
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
We already went over
Are you
this.
kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
Ooh, well, you're gonna be mad about the fact that you're on YouTube.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Did you say mothballs? Because your subtitle there says mossballs.
I don't eat moss balls. I just enjoy looking at them.
Okay.
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
Right.
Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
Of being pinned to a tree by arrows, so it kind of matches slightly. I mean, she was pinned to a pillar, much like a tree is the pillar in that sense. But I still am believing that whoever the killer is had Ibuki go to the music venue to kill herself, like commanding her to kill herself, and Hiyoko happened to wander in at the exact time that was happening. Went, hey, what are you? Oh, throat slash, making it so that it ended up being that way. But we'll have to figure that out next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.